Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Learn how to stay calm, disciplined, and overcome every challenge. Sign up now.
When the Highlanders scored early and set the stands ablaze, I felt a familiar scenario unfolding, a team underestimated suddenly rising, igniting hope. But elite sport has never stopped at the opening moments. What impressed me was how the Hurricanes responded. They didn't panic, they didn't lose control, instead, they calmly restructured the game. Roigard's brace wasn't just a pair of points, it was a statement that true character lies in the ability to reclaim command of the match. I realized that life is similar, anyone can face setbacks from the outset. What matters isn't how far behind you start, but how you respond afterward. The Hurricanes demonstrated an unshakable spirit that's the mark of a truly great team. What struck me even more was the context before the game. The Hurricanes had been tagged with stereotypes like bullies against weak teams. This is something any of us can relate to, being underestimated, doubted, or unfairly labeled. I know that feeling, when your efforts go unrecognized simply because you haven't yet faced a big enough challenge.
And then this game felt like the perfect answer. No arguments, no excuses, just performance. The Hurricanes didn't just win, they dominated. 11 breakthroughs compared to 4, attacks initiated from their own half, near perfect precision in every pass. This was no longer a victory, it was a declaration. I was especially impressed by how the Hurricanes' backline operated. The combination of speed, thinking, and technique created a form of rugby that was almost art. Sharp short passes, daring wide plays, all executed with such precision that the opponents couldn't react in time. I sensed that this was no accident, this was the result of training, discipline, and mutual understanding. In life, many people only see the result and call it talent. But I believe behind that lies thousands of hours of practice, perseverance that often goes unseen. The Hurricanes are making that abundantly clear. One point that made me reflect deeply was the contrast between Roigard and Fehi.
One embodies calm, precision, and efficiency, the other flashes brilliance but lacks consistency. At the highest level, talent alone isn't enough, you need stability, focus, and the ability to make the right decisions in crucial moments. This made me question myself, am I like Fehi in some way, full of potential but not yet fully refined? And if so, what do I need to do to move closer to the completeness of someone like Roigard? Another factor that truly impressed me was Fehi Fineanganofo's performance. A hat-trick, explosive sprints, the ability to evade defenders, all signs of a talent at its peak. But what made me ponder more deeply was the news that he is about to leave the team. This is a familiar paradox in sports and life. Sometimes, those performing at their best don't stay for long. I felt a twinge of regret. Yet I also understood that everyone has their own journey. No one belongs to one place forever.
What matters is what you leave behind during the brief time you have. If Fineanganofo helps the Hurricanes end their title drought, he will leave not just with stats, but with a legacy. And that is also a big lesson for me. We cannot always control time or circumstances, but we can always control how we give our all in each moment. I see the Hurricanes of 2026 not just as a strong team, but as an almost perfectly functioning system. They score like a video game, but behind it lies rigorous organization, deep understanding between positions, and a clear playing philosophy. This made me realize that sustainable success never comes from individuals alone, it always comes from a united collective. For fans, this match may have brought extreme excitement. But I believe its greater value lies in the lessons it conveys. Lessons about not judging a team too early, about working quietly and letting results speak.
And also about constantly improving, because even at the peak, there are always opponents waiting to challenge you. For me personally, this wasn't just a sports match. It was a mirror reflecting the journey of personal growth. I learned that we should not let others' prejudices define our worth. Stay calm when facing adversity. Never stop refining yourself, even after achieving some success. And most importantly, give your all in every opportunity, because no one knows how long that opportunity will last. I personally believe that if each of us can learn even a fraction of that spirit, discipline, perseverance, and the drive to rise, then not only in sports but in every area of life, we can create our own 50-7 victories. And perhaps, that is the deepest meaning this match has to offer.
Be persistent, learn from every moment, and let the results speak for you. See you again.